What is going on, guys, gals, non-binary pals, nerds everywhere? Welcome back to Nerd Explosion, the weekly podcast where based on a monthly theme, we nerd out about whatever we want. I'm Caitlin.
I beg your finest pardon.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions suffer every year.
Michael!
I'm Tim, she's Kate. Anyway, hey, how's it going? How you guys doing? You doing good? You did that promotion at work? Just kidding, I don't care. Just kidding, I do care. Anyway, we're continuing our topic of video game music, and today, you can probably already judge by the title, we are talking about music from the Legend of Zelda. Now, the Legend of Zelda series is probably one of the only other video game series that I obsess over. Well, I guess depending on what console you're looking at. Like, if I'm looking at strictly Nintendo games, my favorite Nintendo game of all time is The Legend of Zelda. And I believe it's yours as well, correct?
Considering my biggest tattoo is of The Legend of Zelda, it's a safe assumption.
You literally got 3 Zelda fairies tattooed on your arm.
Show did. Navi, tattle, and tail.
Which you can find out at Kate's Instagram, link in the description. I actually forgot to put that in the last episode, like right away, and I put it in kind of last second. So I don't think it showed up on the YouTube one, but it should show up on like actual podcast platforms, which is probably where most people are going to listen anyway, because there's nothing really interesting to watch. I mean, if you want to most people don't even watch YouTube videos, I would think. They just kind of leave them on in the background. Unless
you're me and got elbow deep in a D&D campaign from like a year ago. For anybody wondering, I'm watching Once Upon a Witchlight from the Legends of Evantris, and 10 out of 10 would recommend Torbeck is best boy. I would die for Torbeck.
Torbeck has reconsidered stealing.
Torbeck has some concerns.
Anyway, we're rambling. Legend of Zelda music. I really like the music in Legend of Zelda. Most of it composed by the legend Koji Kondo. And
a true gift.
And I just want to say, as a blanket statement, before I get in trouble with Nintendo, I do not own any of the rights to this music, neither does Kate. And this is strictly used to just, show our love for Nintendo. So,
and please don't come after us because we don't have any money.
So Nintendo, please don't sue me. We are just doing this because we love the games. We love the games. So just take it easy on us. Last thing we need is the fucking plumber coming after us. You're gonna get the sued. Woohoo! Before we get into all the music, new episodes of this podcast come out every Saturday, so doing the things and all the stuff. But with that, let's talk about our favorite Zelda music. Alright, Caitlin, let's start with you. And now that we had to re-record because you don't know your songs.
To be fair, in my defense, okay?
So literally, we started recording, and she's like, yeah, this is my number one pick, and we started talking about it, and she's like, it goes like, and I stopped the recording, and she was like, it goes like this, right? I'm like, no, that's not the right song.
Okay,
she's like,
in my defense,
she just froze, and she was like, I made a mistake.
In my defense, it's the Lost Woods theme, okay? And the Lost Woods you can only get to through Kokiri Forest. So it was an honest mistake. I've had a very long week. Stop making fun of me.
So your actual number 5
My actual number 5 pick is the Lost Woods theme.
This is Lost Woods, which you can get to from Kokiri Forest, so I guess it's kind of related. And honestly, I mean, I wasn't saying there's a lot of the Lost Woods theme, or a lot of the Lost Woods that people haven't discovered. And I think what I like about that theme specifically is that it plays into, like, it kind of stays the same throughout the series.
Yeah.
Like, it stopped, I think it actually started in Link to the Past, and then the one most people know is from Ocarina of Time. And then it kind of keeps up with that theme. Like, even in Twilight Princess, it kind of keeps up with that theme.
It's a little bit darker, so they pitch it down a little bit in Twilight Princess, but yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, in Twilight Princess, it's a little slower and a little, like, kind of toned down, but it's still the same like dun 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 dun.
It's also my ringtone, fun fact.
All right, so Caitlin's number 5 is the Lost Woods theme. All right, so my number 5 pick is The Hidden Village from Twilight Princess.
Ooh, good choice.
It's not even part of like the main story. It's like a side thing you can do, but
we love a good side quest.
It sounds so like the best way to describe it, it sounds so Western. Like it's an oddly Western, like cowboy sounding song for a Zelda game.
It doesn't feel like it fits the theme of the game, and I think that's what makes it stand out.
And for a place you literally go and there's a minigame where as Wolflink you find a bunch of chickens. No, you don't find chickens, you find cats. That's right, you find cats in this like abandoned village.
And they talk to you.
Because as like human Link, you find this old woman and she's like, "Find my cats." And then as Wolflink, you had to transform into Wolflink to talk to these cats. And just the theme that plays in this village is just, it's like it didn't have to go as hard as it did, but it's just one of the more memorable tracks for me from Twilight Princess. So yeah, my number 5 pick is Hidden Village.
Nice.
Caitlin, before we get into your number 4 pick, I do want to say something that I just thought of. I did an episode like this like 2 years ago when I talked about my favorite Zelda music, and I listened back to what my top 5 then were, and I completely disagree with everything that I said.
Well, you're a different human than who you were.
I think my top 3 were the same, but my number 5 and 4, I'm like, why did I put that there? And then there's one I put at number 8, and I was like, why did I put that there?
Why did I do this?
But anyway, what's your number 4?
My number 4, and I did double check to make sure that this was correct this time since you soused me. My number 4 is the Kakariko Village theme.
Kakariko Village?
Yeah.
From Ocarina of Time?
Correct. I'll say it again, even though I said it up front. All of my songs are from Ocarina of Time.
Way to have some variety.
Because it's my favorite game. Leave me alone.
But why that one?
It's jovial, you know. It's a different place. It's not the small village that you grew up, but it's kind of familiar. Like there's just a bunch of people, and I think the music aside, I like that it's just like, I like the guy like freaking out in front of the tree, and he's kind of like bouncing to the beat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It makes me happy.
And that theme just kind of reminds me of the random woman you come across in the village, and she's like, "Give me a chicken."
Yeah, and then you have to go find all her fucking chickens, and then they escape.
And also,
but it's in Kakariko Village that you learn that you can fly the chicken.
You can fly the chicken.
Super mega ultra chicken. Shh, he's legend.
All right, so Caitlin's number, what was it? I already forgot what number we were on. 4.
4.
Her number 4 pick is Kakariko Village from Ocarina of Time. So my number 4 pick, and I'm not saying this is bad at all for being at number 4, but my number 4 pick is the title theme from Wind Waker.
Oh, I love that song.
Because it's one of those like those start menu music that you can sit there, like not even start the game, you just let it play Like I have that same feeling with like the only other game that has had a great start menu theme that I just listen to nonstop besides Kingdom Hearts 2 is Wind Waker.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Undertale because I could listen to that theme all day, every day.
Well, to me, like both the title theme for Wind Waker is just kind of relaxing. Like just the way it starts off so subtly and just has that sense of adventure, and it's just like it's kind of upbeat and just kind of jovial. Like you're in for a good time. You know, you're in for a good game when you're in for a good game when the title theme is a banger. Alrighty, number 3. What do you got?
My number 3 is
Minuet of Forest.
What about it?
okay. Well, now I have to be all cheesy and fucking sentimental and shit.
Well, I mean, that's part of why we're doing this in the first place.
Okay,
but,
well, emotions make me itchy, so
you make me itchy.
okay. Cool. I guess I'll just go and drive into traffic then. No, I like it because it's like she's giving you the ocarina, right?
Yeah.
But she's also giving you a promise
Mm-hmm.
that she's like, play this and think of me. We're gonna be friends forever. Like, this isn't goodbye. Like, because I think at this point in the game, she knows that she's destined for more too, and she wants Link to be able to communicate with her even if she's not still there.
Mm-hmm.
And the song itself is just stunningly beautiful, and I'm a sucker for some romance. So
Actually, now that I think about it, isn't Saria's song technically in the Minuet of Forest?
technically, yeah, but you're introduced to it at first as Saria's song.
It's either that or I don't know, but I don't know. Well, that'll be a job for future Cameron to figure out when he edits this episode. So Caitlin's number 3 pick is
Minuet of Forest.
okay. So my number 3 pick is the Song of Healing from Majora's Mask.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Because I don't know, I mean, the same thing with Twilight Princess. The reason I like Majora's Mask is just because of the darker theme to it, and the Song of Healing just has this like eeriness, this like ominous feeling to it. That it just, I don't know. It's just I really like when a game gets really or has a good ominous soundtrack to it. Does it? It gets across this feeling of dread, not by like what's happening in the story, but by just like background music and stuff. And it kind of sets the tone for like the rest of the game too. Like it sets up like the overall feeling of dread throughout the entirety of Majora's Mask. So my number 3 pick is the Song of Healing from Majora's Mask. Number two for you.
Oh, okay. I had to double check the name because I couldn't remember the name. So in my notes, I just wrote The Light Song.
The Light Song.
My number 2 song is The Prelude of Light.
Oh, okay. It's a interesting choice.
Oh, God, I love that song.
Any particular reason?
It's so haunting. Like, it shouldn't be, but it is.
I don't know if I would describe it as haunting. All right, well, I guess that's just you then, I guess. Ooh, fancy pants.
Ooh, fancy pants. Okay, maybe haunting is the wrong word, but there's just like an ethereal beauty to it. Haunting is best described as my number one song.
I immediately forgot what number we were on because your brain's just like, hi, you're going to forget. Number 3?
2.
Or 2.
Yeah.
So your number 2
My number 2 is The Prelude of Light.
Caitlin's number 2 is Prelude of Light. So my number 2, and this is from a game that a lot of people shitted on at first for like years, but have grown to absolutely love it. Some people still shit on it.
Exactly where this is going.
Some people shit on it, but I still really love the game. My number 2 song pick is Fee's Farewell from Skyward Sword.
That is a good choice.
And I will say, if you're a Zelda fan and you're hating on Skyward Sword, first of all, shut up. So, you don't... You... What do you got against it? What do you got against it?
I don't hate it, but it's probably my least favorite Zelda game.
Choose your next words carefully.
It's just fucking cheesy.
Cheesy how?
It's like... I don't know, like when I think of Zelda, I think of something like dramatic and this big quest in front of you, and like you have to save the princess or the world or both, and you have to face your demons at the end of the game, and it's like this exhausting trial, and you go through these tribulations, and it's like a big deal. And then I get to Skyward Sword, and then it's kind of like bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, just Skyward Sword doesn't have, saving the princess or the world.
Well, it does, but it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of like The Legend of Zelda's doofy younger brother.
Even though it's literally the beginning of everything.
Yeah, I know.
Technically, it would be the grandfather.
Yeah,
the
but
great
it's
ancestor.
I don't like it.
Well, your opinion is wrong. I love Skyward Sword. I really don't get the hate on it. It's a good, solid Zelda game. I think because it focused a lot on motion controls, that's why a lot of people just right off the bat were like, ew, disgusting, get it out of my face.
Well, also, I think a lot of the issues with like the games that you could play on the Wii in general was that Link is canonically left-handed. And so when the motion control came out, we had to switch to his right hand, and it just...
Well, I don't know if that would be the huge issue with it.
It was my issue.
It was more so the people that, like, there a lot of things were like motion control, and people were like, something different, I don't like it. But it's just like, whatever, get over it. They decided to re-release it for the Switch, and they gave you the option to do buttons, so literally no one has any room to cry about it anymore.
Any room to cry? So there.
So anyway, my number 2 pick is Fee's Farewell, and the reason I like it is because it really illustrates how Fee has grown over the course of the game. Like, because when Fee starts out, she's just very mechanical, like, you are the hero, I have to guide you on your mission. And by the end of the game, she's actually developed emotions and developed, like, an emotional attachment to Link. Because while this song plays, because this plays when you go to put the Master Sword back after you defeated Demise and everything. Mm-hmm. And Fee is talking to Link, and Fee's just like, I was honored to join you on this quest, blah, blah, blah. Like, she actually develops a personality instead of just being this, like, mechanical creature, spirit,
yeah. You know?
So, my number 2 pick is Fee's Farewell. Caitlin, what is your number 1 pick?
So
what do you got?
My number 1 pick made me giggle, as my friend Grace would say. It made me giggle because I was like, wow, my number 1 picks for my 2 different favorite games are very similar in nature, so there's a theme happening here. But my number one pick is from The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the song,
Big shocker.
the Song of Storms.
Song of Storms.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
And I was thinking about that because my favorite song from Undertale of all time is It's Raining Somewhere Else.
You know what's funny with the Song of Storms specifically? The fact that the windmill guy knows the song because somebody, like as an adult Link, you talk to the windmill guy and he says that he can't stop turning his name because of a song that a kid played, but you don't know the song yet. So you go back in time, learn the Song of Storms, and become the kid
that taught the windmill
song
operator the Song of Storms. But I'm a sucker for a good like rain background. And I think that's why I like It's Raining Somewhere Else. And I think that's why I like the Song of Storms, is that because it's so like, I like music that lets my soul be sad. And to me, that's what the Song of Storms is.
The Song of Storms. Okay. It's all right. Caitlin's number one is...
Okay, I just poured my heart out and I gotta... Okay. That's fine. Y'all see how he do me?
Caitlin's number one pick is Song of Storms. For my number one pick?
Bitch. Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me?
I said what the fuck I said.
You ain't gonna blow past that like you didn't say what you just said.
You're not just gonna blow past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
But anyway, my number one pick, and this has always been one of my favorite songs, and it's kind of morbid, kind of dark. My number one pick is Midna's Lament from Twilight Princess.
I love Midna's Lament.
Because
such a good song.
The whole thing with the story before is you're at one of the spirit springs or whatever, and Zant all of a sudden shows up and kind of
fuck that guy for real. I hate
rocks
Zant.
Lynch shit, and also is able to kind of capture Midna, but not really like capture her. He like has a back and forth with Midna and exposes her to the light. Because when Link is in human form, like at this point in the game, Midna can only exist in Link's shadow. Mm-hmm. Like she can't exist outside the Twilight Realm, or she can't be in her normal form, her usual form outside of the Twilight Realm. So Zant exposes her to this light, which basically drains her of her power. And then the next thing you know, as Wolf Link, you wake up in the middle of Hyrule Field, and Midna's laying on you, just pale, powerless, and she's struggling to survive. She's struggling to live. So your mission becomes, as Wolf Link, to race Midna to Hyrule Castle to see Zelda and see if she can help you. And the whole time this is happening, Midna's Lament plays, and it really gives that urgency of like, you have to save Midna, you have to save, your friend.
Even though she started off as a bitch.
I will say, yeah, she did start off with that, but Midna is probably one of my favorite Zelda characters.
Midna is my second favorite companion in the whole franchise.
She's sassy. She is actually very helpful. She has great character growth, and she's got a good doc.
She do be thicker than a Snicker, for sure.
And then, can we talk about her true form? God damn.
A 10 out of 10.
Would smash.
Would not kick out of bed.
Welcome. This is the outro of the episode.
Oh, I was gonna burp and it ran away.
It was just like, nope.
I opened my mouth and it was like, psych!
Yeah, so that was our top 10 Zelda music. Let us know what your favorite Zelda themes are in I was just saying the comments. Well, you can comment now because Spotify allows comments. Or you can just let us know on social media, link in the link tree in the description. But I think with that, I'm going to call this an episode. And once again, we do not own any of the rights to any of these songs. So Nintendo, we're purely doing this out of love. So please don't sue us.
Don't come for us. You'll be disappointed.
Drink your water. Do positive things out there. I've been Cameron.
I've been Caitlin.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Nerds out.